The November 9th, 2020 meeting of the Union County Zoning Board of Adjustment is now in session. I am Rick Davis, Vice Chairman of the Union County Zoning Board of Adjustment. Also sitting on today's board, Mr. Darian Green, Mr. Mark Tilley, and Mr. Bill McGuirk. We have two alternates, Mr. Larry Britt and Mr. Dion Edwards. Mr. Thurman, we will need to appoint one of the alternates tonight. Is it okay to go ahead and do that now?
That's fine.
Board members, who would we need to appoint?
They alternate.
Alternate. They were both on the last time, though. If I'm not mistaken, y'all served together the last time.
That's right. I believe Mr. Britt was here tonight, this first
Okay.
case for us, so.
Mr. Britt, will you serve with us tonight?
Yes, sir.
Board, is that acceptable?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Also present are Mr. Jim King, who's the Senior Planner, Zoning Administrator, Ms. Amy Griffin, Clerk to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, and Mr. Derek Thurman, who is the Attorney for the Zoning Board of Adjustment. There's a hearing of three types: application for a variance from the regulations in the zoning ordinance, or appeal from a decision or interpretation of the zoning administrator, or an application for special use permit. The order of each case will be as follows. All parties who plan to give testimony, pro or con, must complete the green form to speak and to be sworn in. So if anyone will be speaking, the green forms are up at the podium. You need to fill that out, please, and turn it in to Mr. King. A planning staff member will explain why a permit was denied, or why a variance is requested, or the nature of the special use permit application. The board may question the planning staff member. The applicant may question the planning staff member, and then the applicant presents his testimony for this case. The board may question the applicant. The planning staff member and persons in opposition may question that. The applicant may present sworn witnesses. They will be subject to cross-examination. Other parties wishing to speak, pro or con, will be given reasonable time to present sworn testimony. They will be subject to cross-examination. The planning staff member and then the applicant will be given an opportunity for rebuttal. After hearing the case, the board will review the case and render a decision. This is usually done following the close of the public hearing and the board's deliberation. However, the board may elect to take up to 30 days to render a decision. You may remain present during the deliberations, or you may call the Union County Planning Department after the session to receive the decision of the board. All exhibits must remain with the board. Please hand them first to the clerk or tagging. If you feel there is a conflict of interest of any board, any member of the board, or an association that would prejudice your case, please let it be known at the start of your case. We are a quasi-judicial board and can accept only sworn testimony. No hearsay evidence is admissible. A bill from this board is to the Union County Superior Court. You have 30 days from the date of the board's written decision in which to appeal in accordance with the NCGS 160A-388E. And a reminder, like to ask everyone to be sure to turn their cell phones off, please. Okay, to start with, we need to make sure there is a determination of a quorum. We do. We have 4 full members and 1 alternate serving tonight. We will go to approval of the October 12th, 2020 Board of Adjustment meetings. Are there any changes or additions to the minutes for anyone that's read? Acceptable to everyone. I ask for a motion to approve these minutes and a second.
So moved.
Mr. Britt?
Second.
Mr. Tilley? Thank you. All right, all in favor of it?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now I think, Mr. Thurman, we need to turn it back over to you for the election of officers at this time.
Yes, so the floor is now open for nominations for a new chair of the board. If anybody has nominations, this is the time to make them.
Mr. Chairman, I would nominate Rick Davis.
Anyone else? Mr. Davis, are you willing to serve?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to close nominations for chair?
I move we close.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. Now we need a new vice chair, because unless you want to serve in both roles.
I nominate Darren Green.
I second it.
Any other nominations for vice chair? Can I get a motion to close nominations for vice chair?
Move we close.
Second. All in favor of closing nominations for vice chair? Mr. Green, are you willing to serve?
Yes.
Thank you.
We didn't actually vote for chair. We only voted to close nominations. So all in favor of Rick serving as the new chair?
Aye.
And all in favor of Darren serving as the new vice chair? I will turn the meeting back over to you.
Thank you, sir. All right, for the first public hearing tonight, we need to, is there anyone that has any conflicts of interest with the case of the 2020 VAR-02, item B? Anyone have any? Okay. All right. The variance, the applicant Sean and Bobby Merrill are requesting a variance to section 5.030 lot and building regulations of the Union County Development Ordinance. The applicant is seeking relief of 19.2 feet from required 40 feet front setback in order to place a two-car detached garage on their property located at 8716 Lime Guard Road, more specifically identified by Union County as parcel 06-186-035. So there's not any conflicts of interest. Mr. King, is everything good on? I'd like to mention Mr. Thurman on this also. In the first meeting, when we continued this, Mr. King did bring all this evidence up, brought all that information in. We've asked him to come up again just for review. Is that okay?
Yep, that is fine. I believe there was some testimony taken from homeowners association as well at that last meeting.
That is correct. In fact, Ms. Griffin provided the board with a copy of the minutes, just to refresh your memory from the August meeting. And I believe there's a copy of those minutes up there for you too, Mr. Thurman.
And one other question too, the members that were here was myself, Mark Tilley, and Larry Britt. Ms. Stewart was here, but she is no longer, she has resigned from the board. Is it acceptable for all the members to hear this case, or do we need to go back to just the ones that were here for those,
Not all of you heard the evidence that was presented initially, although if you're going to be restating the applicant's position, the only evidence that was taken was an HOA representative who ended up really not having any objection, just had some questions. So I'm not sure there was really any evidence presented. He asked some questions of the applicant answered them. So I think it'd be fair for everybody to hear the case.
Okay.
All righty. So the case at hand tonight is 2020 VAR-02. It was originally heard on August the 10th. The board did continue the public hearing for up to 90 days, and so that 90 days is up, and that is why we're back before you again tonight. So the property is located at 8716 Wingard Road. The owners of the property are Bobby and Sean Merrill. They're also the applicant in the case, and what they're requesting is they would like to put a detached garage on their property, and the location that is proposed for the garage encroaches into the front setback. It would have, on the largest encroachment into the setback would be 19.2 foot into that required 40-foot setback. Next slide right down here shows a enlargement of what they're wanting to do. As you can see here, on the southern corner is approximately 30.6 feet. And then when you get up to that northern part, or a little bit further up north, it's 20.8 foot away from the front property line or the street right-of-way. They have provided some illustrations of the finished elevation of what the garage should look like. It would be a two-story garage with a storage area downstairs and possibly office or something upstairs. The zoning for the property and surrounding areas out there is R40 for Union County. You do see that there is some municipal zonings out there for Marvin and for Weddington, but none of them are directly adjacent to the subject property. Here we have a better understanding of the municipalities, with Weddington to the north, Marvin to the south, and to the east. The land use plan calls for this area to be single-family residential, and that is the primary use of the property as today. Environmental features, there are no environmental features found on this, on the subject property. And as far as the development standard, it is considered to be a developed property. At this time, staff would be happy to answer any questions the board may have, and the applicant, I believe, is here to answer any questions you may have of them as well. Is this mic on?
I think it is.
It's real weak.
Not working real good anyway.
Yeah.
Jim, I have a question. When we look at the drawing that was supplied with the application,
Mm-hmm.
two things stand out. Where the house is located, it says approximate house location. And then the drawing is not stamped. It has a fairly recent date, but it does say preliminary and so on and so forth. It doesn't have a stamp, from a surveyor or.
Well, typically, if you're going to have something recorded, you're definitely going to have the surveyor seal and certificate number on there. That's something that we could definitely request for them to get to us. I don't think that it's going to change as far as the layout of what was submitted. He's just certifying that what he has presented to us, and in this case, it's a plot plan, because there's not a physical structure out there at this time. What he has provided the board with is the information of where he's gone out there and staked for this garage to go. He's not certifying that that's where footings or anything like that is located. So he's given a proposal in this, and it's not really certifying that he's within 1/10,000th of an inch of accuracy.
You know, a fairly new member of the board, so I went out and looked at it in this case and whatnot. So if this is approved, then you will end up with a drawing that's as built or certified.
So what we would require as of the building permit is if this variance request is approved, we will require a foundation survey because of anything within 2 foot of a required setback, we require a foundation survey. In this case, you're talking about there's no deviation. They're talking about it's going to be 20.8 foot off the property line. So when that foundation goes in, we would require a foundation survey to say that it is exactly where they said it's going to be. And that one will have to be stamped and signed.
I have one question, Mr. Keith.
Yes, sir.
If you go back to where the drawing that gives a plat of it, I think, one more time, right there. Did they give a reason as to why the garage is 33.5 feet away from the approximate house location?
If I'm not mistaken, when you're looking at the aerial, there is a driveway in that area right there. They do have a side load garage, so with having a side load garage, you need to have more of a turning radius coming out of the garage for the driveway, or have a wider driveway, and I think that is a representation of the driveway.
Okay.
The applicant can answer that a lot better than I can.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Keith.
Thank you.
Will anyone that's wanting to speak tonight come up and be sworn in? Is anyone going to speak tonight? So the ones that were sworn in the last time, they won't have to be sworn in again tonight, will they?
That is correct.
Okay.
The public hearing has remained open, so they were sworn in previously.
Okay. All right, will the applicants come forward and present your case, please? Am I saying something wrong?
We mailed out the letters again since there was a difference in time, so to let all the adjacent property owners know, and the applicant received a copy of that notice as well.
Mr. King, other than the driveway issue, is there any reason why they can't move that farther back to get it past the setback?
The only thing I could present to you at this time is hearsay, I don't have any factual evidence to back this. It's my understanding from the applicant that there's a repair field back there, and that the Union County Environmental Health Department does not allow for any development in the repair field, but I cannot substantiate that.
We don't have any evidence to that effect,
Not currently, no, sir.
and the applicant's not here.
Does Mr. and Ms. Merrill, are you guys here?
I do know that,
Mr. Chair,
yeah.
I just happen to be a neighbor. Sean's father passed away this past week. They're from Maine. I didn't see the cars moving in today, so I'm not sure if they're in Maine or back or not. We just happen to be neighbors.
Mr. Thurman? We do.
It's up to you. You can rule on what's here. You could continue it. I think, you know, I know we don't have someone asking for continuance, but I think in this odd circumstance, especially given what we just heard about a family situation, I think it would be appropriate for one of you to move to continue if you wanted to do that.
I think that
I'll
would be
make a
appropriate.
motion to continue.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Thurman. So that one, that case will be continued. And Mr. King, will you get in, make contact, reach out to them to?
I surely will, and it's very understandable that this could have been an oversight, you know, with this type of situation going on, that they just didn't even, you know, they may not have even had my phone number up there, to be honest with you, so trying to, you know, get in touch with me and everything might have been difficult as well, so I'll give them every benefit of the doubt.
Okay, thank you. All right. Going to the second case to be heard. Is there any conflicts of interest for the second case coming up? Anyone have any?
No, sir.
Okay. They're looking for a variance. The applicants, Jeremy and Kylie Zwitzky, are requesting a variance to section 5.030 lot and building regulations of the Union County Development Ordinance. The applicant is seeking relief of 33 feet from the required 40 feet front setback in order to restore a home built in 1961 prior to countywide zoning. The property located at 7312 Brooms Old Mill Road, more specifically identified by Union County Parcel as number 06-159-0138. Mr. King, is petition complete?
Yes, sir.
Would you present the evidence to the please, or present the case, please?
Did you open the hearing?
Okay. So we need to open the hearing. Okay.
Yeah, but
Can I get a motion to open the hearing?
Motion. Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, sir. All right. Mr. King, go back up there and get my. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter at hand?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. This is our second case of the night. It's 2020 variance 03. And the property is located at 7312 Brooms Old Mill Road. The owner is Jeremy and Kelly Lizewski, and they are the applicants as well. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there. One thing I would like to point out to the board prior to moving into this presentation, when you read the applicant's application, the application is requesting 33 feet from the front setback. There has been some confusion in the working with the applicant. I probably had a dozen or more emails back and forth with them trying to get the necessary information for the application. One of the things is like when they were trying to answer our findings of fact, they just put the word confirmed down there. I explained to them on numerous occasions that the board was looking for more information than just, yes, we confirmed that it meets this finding of fact. In the means of going back and forth with them, I noticed that when I was doing the staff analysis, that they did not change the actual request. The request, like I said, is asking for 33 foot from the front setback, when in fact, it's 26 foot from the rear setback. They were a little bit confused in that they were adding a 7-foot porch onto the side of the house, which they thought that they had to add 7 foot to that 26-foot, basically giving you the overall 33-foot. The staff analysis is correct for the request. The application is misstated. I don't know whether you would like to ask the applicant if they would verbally amend and accept what the staff has got in the staff analysis at this time to move forward so that we can make sure everything is correct. Would that be appropriate, Mr. Thurman?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the applicant here? Oh my God. I can't believe this is happening twice. Again, we sent out notifications to adjacent property owners and to the property owner, the applicant themselves. I apologize to you. I've never had this happen before. I'm not really sure what to say.
Since the ones that are requesting it here, I would like to see a continuation of it. Is that acceptable?
There is some representation here. Mr. Duggan is representing some of the property owners adjacent, and
Is the adjacent property owner,
it's the adjacent property owners,
not the ones that are requesting the variance?
not the applicant. That is correct.
Mr. Thurman?
Does anybody know where they are?
No, and I'd only request to be heard on the issue.
Chris.
Oh, sorry. Good evening, board members. Chris Duggan. I'm here to represent some of the homeowners, including Mr. and Mrs. Campany. They live directly behind the proposed property in question. Understand that the applicant is not here tonight. My clients would object to any kind of continuance on this matter on a number of grounds. One, the application is defective on its face. It's requesting a 30-foot front setback, which is not actually what they're looking for. In addition, it's a non-conforming structure, and as such, they're looking for a variance from that specific ordinance regulation and should be dismissed. The applicant is also looking for some additional expansion of the non-conforming structure if the board chose to grant the variance that we would object to. So basically, I'm objecting to any continuance of this matter. It was the applicant who paid his fee. It was the applicant who was in contact with the county. It was the applicant that got notice of the hearing. All of my clients got notice of the hearing. They're all here tonight. Took time out of their busy schedules to be here. We would object to any continuance of this matter and request that the board simply deny the application on its face.
Are all these people out here for this particular case?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would move we dismiss the application.
Mr. Thurman?
That's something you can do, yes.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to dismiss the application. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right.
You did that fast.
Is there any other business that we need to conduct tonight?
Well, I'm liking this new chairman.
Sir?
Tell you what.
Mr. King? Yes, sir. Is there any other business we need to conduct? Do I hear a motion to close? Adjourn? Hear a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
That's a fast meeting.
Thank you, folks, for coming.
Mr. Chairman, I'm liking you.
Jim.
I ain't believing this.